everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka MBT, back with another episode of One Take Testing, the show in which I aim to show off a deck, give you a sense of how it plays, and let you know my thoughts all in one singular take. Oy, oy, oy. It's been a morning, folks. Anyway, today we are looking at a bit of deep MBT lore. For those of you that may not know, before I cut my teeth innovating Ghost Trick, I was fiddling with flip monsters, and one of my favorite flip archetypes was this, Krawler. Now, those of you who have watched Progression Playoffs, of course, are acutely aware of what the Krawlers are capable of, and those that haven't should watch my videos, asshole. The Krawlers are a series of insect monsters, level 2 with flip effects, and they all have the same effect. If they leave the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can special summon 2 Krawlers with different names from your deck in face-down defense position. These multiplying monsters can swarm the field extremely quickly, unless your opponent can read, in which case they will just walk over them, getting you their flip effects, which, while powerful, are nowhere near enough to turn a game in your favor. Receptor is a Stratos, Spine is a Man-Eater Bug, Glial specials a Krawler from your hand or graveyard, Axon destroys a spell trap, Ranveer adds 2 Krawlers from your graveyard to your hand. Now, all of that changed with the release of Power of the Elements because of Krawler Soma. Krawler Soma is some sort of legacy support. It allows you to target a face-up monster you control, special this from your hand, change the targeted monster to face-down defense position, and then during your main phase, reduce this card's level by 2 or 4, and special summon Krawlers with different names from your hand, deck, or graveyard, whose total levels equal that amount in face-up or face-down defense position. If they're face-up, you can use them for Link or Xyz material. If they're face-down, you can actually get value off of their very powerful effects. This card is extremely powerful, and as a result, it enables a control strategy that aims to make Deus Ex Krawler over the course of a long game. This card is a tool given specifically to Krawler that allows you to AoE negate anything your opponent is doing. We've also got some extremely strong spells like World Legacy Survivor. This is almost that grass looks greener. We've got cards like Shadows Creeping on the World Legacy. Sorry, let me read the English version. World Legacy in Shadow, in order to turn your Krawlers into kind of man-eater bugs that actually destroy cards when they are sent to the graveyard. And we've got pawns so we can trigger all the effects all the time. Oh, and this is neither here nor there, but we had some extra space in the deck, and I thought, maybe we could just, I guess we could throw in some of these monsters released in Power of the Elements. No real idea what they do, but Sprights? I think they might be good enough to play. Anyway, let's jump into a game and see what we can make happen. Okay, all right. So this is not exactly where we want to be. Ranveer is a bit of a weak opening. We were really looking for like a Receptor, but it is a Krawler that we can set face down, so it's going to be good enough. We're going to go for Soma here. We're going to tuck that Ranveer. It's going to go 2 face down defense position, and then we can decrease the level of our Soma by 4 here. In order to summon a couple of Krawlers from deck. We're going to get ones we don't really care about. We have multiple Receptors, so that's a great one. And Axon is pretty weak. Usually you'd get Ranveer here, but, well, you know. What makes this even more interesting is that Soma is now a 2 as well, which means that we can go for a gigantic sprite using the Soma, and then, retaining this additional 2 for something like an elf later. So let's go Soma like this. Here is Gigantic. Then we'll activate Gigantic, and let's just get the sprite line going. We will summon a blue from deck, and then we will trigger the effect of blue. We're going to go get a Jet. And then we are going to go into our elf here. Like this. We'll summon the Jet. We will trigger the Jet. This allows us to get the starter. Now, strangely enough, Synaptus actually doesn't have to be made with specifically Krawler monsters. It can be made with Earth monsters. But I don't think that's really going to matter. Instead, I'm just going to go for an IP Masquerena here. We are going to do so by using Elf to bring back, let's say, the blue. And we're actually going to keep the starter set. I want to play a little bit around Dark Ruler No More by getting the red up. This is going to prevent our ability to negate the effect of a monster with an on-summon effect, but I think that that's fine because we've got 2 Infip as well. This is a pretty strong start, obviously. We've got IP Masquerena, we've got Elf, we've got Sprite, and we've actually got a Ranviner, which will add back a Soma, or a Receptor, and an Axon. A Soma if we get the copy of Gigantic off the field with the IP Masquerena. So feeling pretty good about this start. See what our opponent is able to do. Why are we here? Just to suffer? I guess, yeah. You're fucking with me. I mean, there's simply no way. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, come on. They're gonna set 5 as well. Alright. That's a great draw, actually. Well, we actually do have a pretty intense combo here. We're going to flip the Ranviner. We're going to infip our opponent's Barrier Statue of the Heavens. We're going to make access code. We are going to activate access code. We'll target the elf. We have a fire and a dark in the graveyard. So let's go access code, crack the stupid fucking Mystic Mine. And then we can go again, banishing the elf to crack the card that is not tucked under the infinite impermanence. What is that? Owner's Seal. Awesome. Very cool. We'll go for World Legacy Survivor here. Pot of Prosby. Ooh. Glial's a great one. I'll take the Glial for sure. Though I do really like Shadows Creeping. The Glial's pretty slow. We have to wait a couple of turns. Or we can Sprite Starter here for a blue and just do everything. Trigger the effect of the blue. We will go grab a copy of Jet. Special the Jet. Trigger the Jet. Go grab ourselves another starter. We can go Gigantic here. Oh, we can't actually, because we banished one for Prosby. Our extra's looking a little loose at this point. Still fine, still fine. Elf is definitely the play. We will trigger the Elf. We just want to bring back Krawlers, I feel like. Receptor's a good one. If we had space, we could make Kalark or Narogos, but we don't. Yeah, fine. We'll just get Receptor. We're going to normal the Glial like a fucking weirdo. Or will we? Yeah, we will. Normal the Glial. We're going to go to combat. We're going to put in as much damage as we can. There's a lot of routes we can take here. We can maybe make like a Shadal Construct to make Winda, because these are both flip monsters. But I think that's actually not the play, just because our opponent isn't special summoning, right? So who cares? The only thing that's going to hamper is our own plays. Now, if they land another Mystic Mine, we are fucked. So we just have to hope that the 2 cards in their hand that we don't know. Oh. Well, that's Lava Golem. That is Owner's Seal. Yep, that is Owner's Seal. Wow. Okay, this is bleak. Bleak for sure. Okay, so we will take like 22 here, but I think our win condition is just to kill our opponent with their own Lava Golem, right? I mean, they're pretty close. or we can draw the best card in our deck. Or we can draw the literal best card in our deck. Oh my god, how did we do that? I can't, that is, I cannot impart this to you more. That is literally the best draw in our deck. We will activate Soma, decrease its level by 2, or by 4 rather.
That was wrong.
We'll summon a bunch of guys. Spine seems really good. And I like Receptor here. Bada bing, bada boom. Receptor face up here because we're going to do something with these level 2 monsters. Let's go into... We can go Gigantic. We could go Krawler. Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow. I actually think the play is just... You know, Krawler walk in and then win over the course of 8 turns. Alright, asshole. You thought I was a Sprite deck? We'll take this. I'm literally just playing Krawler. I'm literally just playing Krawler. I'll take 1,000. Enjoy your Lava Golem. We're going to special that Ranvener. We're going to special that Receptor. Oh my goodness gracious. Look at this. We can tribute summon Deus Ex next turn. That's right, idiot. You thought it was Sprite, but it was me, Krawler. Take your 1,000. You've got 1 turn to figure this out, jerk. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Woo! Krawlers forever, baby! So we're back with the deck, and it's perfect. It's wonderful. We won because we outskilled our opponent, and definitely not because they only put up 1 point of interaction, hoping that it would blank the entirety of our deck, and then we had a way to out the Mystic Mine and a way to out the Barrier Statue. Okay, this I'll be honest with you. This is probably not the optimal way to play Sprite. But it's so goddamn funny. It's so funny that I think I probably have to continue trying it. Krawler Soma is one of the most powerful individual cards I've ever read. It allows you to summon 2 monsters from your deck and its material that specials itself from the hand as well. All of them 2s. The Krawler monsters are not terrible. They do stuff that the other Sprite splashes don't. Deus Ex locks down opponent's monsters. Getting 2 flip monsters on your side of the field is trivially easy with Krawler Soma, meaning that in Sprite, you can play Winda by going into Shadal Construct and then using it to trigger with any Dark, which all of the Sprites are, to get the boy. World Legacy Survivor is one of the most powerful cards I've ever read in my life. I think that probably we would cut the Shadows Creeping and the World Legacy Pawns. The idea that you're gonna use the Krawlers over the course of like 8 or 9 turns to actually accomplish something is a bit of a pipe dream. And I think I maybe would cut like the Ranvener. But other than that, this deck looks really goddamn cool. I'm going to tinker with it some more in the coming weeks, so, you know, watch this space if you want to see more Krawler Sprite action. But I'm super excited about this, and, alright, I'll make the joke once. Why don't you suck on somebody's dick?